Hello, welcome to McBoss Capital. My name is Michael Chu. This is a market recap video for the week ending December 12th, 2025. We're seeing here Nasdaq Composite Index chart here on the weekly, and we see that we came off a recent pullback here of around 8% for Nasdaq, and we bounced 2 weeks since then. But this week we actually gave back last week's gain. It's still nothing to be too scary yet. At this moment, it's just pulling back near the red line, which is the 10 weeks moving average. On the daily chart, we can see it better here. Here's the bigger pullback, and then we now seeing another smaller pullback so far. We are coming back to the red line. It did undercut both the 10 and 21 day here on Friday. It was a pretty big drop. From that perspective, it was down 1.69%, and a lot of AI and tech stocks were hit, mainly due to a couple of stocks such as AVGO, which report earnings and didn't feel the expectations here, and so it dropped really hard here. All the way to the red line here. We'll see if we can find support there. It seemed to have found support there last time. So we'll watch for that. Another stock in the telecom fiber optics area also suffered a huge drawback here. Ciena also got hit hard here, down almost 10%. And then we have ORCL here that got hit hard as well with the earnings, and also like they're delaying some of their data center project or something, so that also create another sell off there. So all this some of this news kind of helped spark a pretty big correction in AI and tech related stocks. And on the IBD 50 ETF, again, I don't follow every stock in this list, so I don't know like what's in the list. But you see how it suffered a very negative big drop here of 3.6% on Friday. It was trying to come out, and which is kind of performing relatively weak compared to the general market index. And you can see the RS line here just not moving much, even when the market was bouncing the days before. And then we basically undercut all this recent days here, which is not a good thing. So we'll see if the AI and some of the tech stocks are going to continue to deteriorate from here. It's highly possible. And the other thing that I want to mention is I didn't expect this sell off until the beginning of the year, just because of a lot of people would like to tax defer all the gains they have from the AI related stocks. But however, seeing this sell off on Friday kind of puts a doubt on that, because if people are willing to hold on to it, then we wouldn't see such a big sell-off on Friday. So this could be one of those situations where if you think you have good gains and you want to hold it till the new year to defer your tax purpose, that could actually hurt you, because if this continue to deteriorate, a lot of gains could be evaporate in that sense, right? S&P 500 did a little bit better because we didn't come down all the way to the red line on the weekly chart. Again, that's the 10-week moving average. So it only dropped 0.6%. On the daily chart, we see that it dropped again near to the 10 and 21 day line. So again, still slightly better. It didn't come closer to the red line yet. Looking at the equal weight Nasdaq 100 here, this one just came to the 10-day moving average, so slightly better than the general weighted Nasdaq. And this is the RSP equal weight ETF here. Again, this one shows a lot of strength. As you see, it's not even close to the 10-day, so this one is actually outperforming the weighted index, so that's interesting. This also provides the sense that maybe the broad-based market is more stronger than the weighted one, which is usually the top bigger stocks, right? Dow showed really strong technicals here this week. We have a third week of gains. So this one didn't actually go down for the week. It actually went up 1.1%. So that's the third week in a row. Not only that, we actually make new highs. So that's another impressive move here for this week. And I mean, we closed down on Friday, but we're nowhere near the other two index where it's not even near the 10-day right now. That's how strong this one is. Here's the Russell. Russell also make a new high this week and gain 1%, 1.1%. It did give back a lot on Friday, but again, we are nowhere near the red line, which is again another big positive. And then we can see the 10-day trend here, pretty strong. We didn't even, I mean, we dropped pretty big on Friday, like 1.5%, but we're still quite a bit above the 10-day moving average. So again, we make new high, really strong momentum right now for Dow and Russell. This is from the IBD newspaper, NYSE advanced decline daily line down here. So Fridays, before Friday, Thursday, we make a new high. So that's very positive because S&P didn't make a new high yet, but yet here we make a new high again. This is underscoring the strength in the broader base stocks, meaning more stocks are performing better than the few that are more heavily weighted. On the Nasdaq, similar thing. We didn't make a new high, but we did make a recent high here on Thursday as well. Pretty strong momentum as well on the Nasdaq advanced decline line. And on Friday, it gave back quite a bit, but again, we're still pretty strong in that sense still. Again, one day of sell off may not hurt this index as much, at least from the advanced decline line perspective. So we'll see if Nasdaq will find support here near the 10-week moving average, and then same thing with S&P here. This coming week, we will see quite a bit of economic data that includes October retail sales, and then we have University of Michigan's consumer sentiment. We also have new residential construction data, and we have November non-farm payrolls coming out on Tuesday, and the initial jobless claims on Thursday, and the CPI consumer price index reading for November will also come out on Thursday. So some heavy reports here. On the earnings side, we will see Micron Technology, Nike, FedEx, and Lennar. Here we're seeing the 10-year Treasury yield. It has kind of crept up a little bit to near 4.2% now. So that could be interesting as well. So we'll see how the market, how this behave in the next week. We see a huge jump here on Friday as the market also tumbled a little bit on the Nasdaq, especially. US dollar bounced a little bit, not that much though. That's also very interesting. Oil price continue to trade near the low of this range. Gold make a nice move on Friday. A lot of gold stocks are behaving well, and silver as well. Here we see silver. It did pull back pretty strong. By the end of day, so that's interesting. Silver has been running pretty strong recently the last few days, so it is a little bit of a give back, but you can see the 10-day slope is still very steep. Copper also gave back a lot of its gains on Friday. You can see that big reversal right there. Now it's trying to find support at the 10-day moving average, the green line right here. So here's the slope right there. Looks like nuclear uranium's also not doing that well. It is making a new recent low here. And looking at Bitcoin, it hasn't been moving. It tries to come out here, but it looks like it fell. So that's a little bit of a concern. Friday, same thing. It tries to get close to that trend line and it fell again, went back to the lows. So this is not looking very good right now for Bitcoin. Here's the WenX Semiconductor SMH, also suffering a pullback this week, down 2.8%. The volume is really high on Friday too on the sell side. So, again, the uptrend was pretty nice. Now we're seeing a pullback to now at the 21-day sitting there. We'll see if it tests the red line as well this coming week. Here we have NVIDIA kind of following the footstep here. Big down day here, 2.6% on Friday. Bringing it back to near, it looks like a new closing low here. So that's not a good sign. And on the previous lows here, they didn't close this low. So this is not looking good at this moment, NVIDIA. AMD also faces the same fate here, got reversed, and also hitting new recent low here. TSM here also pulling back after trying to break out and it failed. That's not a good sign. It's pulled back to the red line here. So it's coming to a danger zone here. This is the software group IGV ETF here. Again, not a very good looking chart just because look at we went really far down, as well as when we bounced back. We now saw a rejection near the red line, which is the 10-week moving average, and this week it is down 1.3%. Again, perhaps the more negative thing is how it got rejected here at the red line. Again, if it bounced right away and finds support near this 10-day right now where we're sitting at, that'll be a good sign. We can just come out and hold that level. But if it continue to deteriorate, then we definitely need to watch out, because now this downtrend line is not only coming down really strong, but also it has become a resistance. So here's Palantir chart. Suffer this pretty big pullback here. And now we're trying to come back, which is a pretty good looking chart at this moment. Friday, it was able to bounce off the lows, which is a good sign, because a lot, as you see from the index, not many are actually bouncing back. So this is, let's look at the intraday here. So here in the midday, it started to bounce really strong and was able to hold. Even near the end, it was able to hold most of those gains there. So that bring it to close range of more than half the day's range, and again looks like it found support. So this might be, if we continue to see that bounce, this might be a good entry point as we come back above the red line here. But again, because Palantir is so tied to the AI theme, and a lot of those stocks suffered damage on Friday, considering that relative strength is very strong still on Palantir, but that doesn't mean it won't have more turbulence, right? So that's the only thing to be aware of. Looking at Microsoft, again, not doing really well at all. It's trading tighter recently, but it just has no power every time it come out. It got rejected right there, and then here we got rejected again. Google make a nice run here, and then it has since then pulled back slowly, which is not a bad thing, but it has yet to find support. It continues to make newer low. Now we're at the 21-day. Usually tech stocks will find support at 21-day, but if it doesn't, we could come down all the way to this red line. So last time we found support near the 21-day. So we're hoping to see that and bounce off here. But if we don't, like I say, we could close the gap between the 10-day, 50-day moving average there. And here, I think there's some blip on the chart here. When I look at the 5-minute chart for Meta, we didn't see that blip there. So there's something wrong with the chart there. But overall, Meta, also not doing too well. It's been sliding, right? And it got rejected here at the downtrend 50-day moving average. So again, not a good sign at this moment. Amazon also got rejected at the red line here. All the short-term moving averages are converging around this area, and we did again find rejection here, so not a good sign. Recently it tried to come out, but now it has failed. Now it's starting to form a channel line along the highs there, so that's another trend line there. Even Apple has come up here and then now has recently pulled back, and Apple with the Christmas season and the Black Friday sales and so forth, it's shown a lot of strength recently. But even then, like I said, it has kind of pulled back. Now the volume is much lighter on the pullback, and so maybe we will start to see support there. Here's Tesla. Tesla, coming up really strong recently, and then had a 1-day, not that high of a volume, but a 1-day down, pretty hard down day that day, dropping over 3%. Then we found support here, which was a pretty good entry point. And now it has followed through on Friday, breaking out this trend line. So I think we are set up to continue for the momentum here. So that looks really good. We continue to see deterioration in Netflix, with all the announcements on them trying to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. I still haven't seen any comeback yet. Again, Friday closed near the bottom of the range, even though it was updated. That's not a good sign, because they just give up its gains so easily. And we have a very steep downtrend right now along near the 10-day and 21-day. So also not very good. Thank you for watching this video. I'll be coming out with my next video, which is a list of growth stocks I follow. You don't want to miss that. And let's talk about how the growth stocks in general are performing. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe and comment. if you like. Have a good weekend.